Well, welcome today. I am so encouraged by the stories that you are going to hear from Pastor Marvin. Thank you so much for joining us today from Saskatoon, where
Yeah.
you lead Elim Church. This
Mhm.
is so wonderful. Introduce yourself to this audience. Tell us about you and the church that you lead.
Yeah. So the church, I've been here for just over 30 years, 31 years actually. And it's been a great journey. We came here in 1990 to assist pastor. And then when he stepped away, we became lead pastors in 1992. So just coming up to 30 years in the lead position. It's an amazing church. The church was birthed in 1917. And so our history is we're 104 years old this year, which is really unusual. Most churches have about a 40 to 50 year lifespan. That's kind of the average, and so ours is over 100 years. So it's kind of recreated itself over the years and has had to keep fresh in its mission and ministry.
That is so encouraging, and it is very unique. You have been there for over 30 years, and there's a lot that you would see in that time frame.
Yeah.
And so what is something that you absolutely love and know that you've been able to witness?
I think rather than, kind of anything that's spectacular, I think the journey over the last 30 years has been this journey of God building a foundation and their stability. And so we've seen over the years, I think our journey has been marked by the entry of people into our church family who've gone through uh, either spiritual abuse, trauma of some kind, just to find a safe place, to just often to recoup, to uh, come back to a place of health. And so it's been that kind of environment. So trying to, as a leader, cultivate an environment where there's safety for people, where people can grow at their own pace. We're a larger congregation. I think probably the largest evangelical church in the province. And so if you want to come and hide for a while, we're not going to let you hide for too long. But if you want to come and you need a hospital bed just to kind of lay back. I think that's what it's been, as people then come to greater points of health. Then there's all kinds of connection points. And so that's been one of the joys, I think, as we organizationally do, SWOT assessments, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. On the strength side, almost invariably it comes up that there's a stability, and people feel like it's a safe place to be. So no matter where you are on your journey, we want to be in that place where either your starting point, your midpoint, whatever it is.
It's so beautiful. It's like you hold souls just open-handedly. Lord, you've entrusted us with these people, and we're just going to release. We're going to build up, equip, and release. Build up, equip, and release. It's so beautiful to hear you just tell those stories. And how would you encourage, or what is your hope and prayer for the church in Canada?
Oh man, that's a big question. And I think right now, particularly the church, I don't know what's all changed. I don't think any of us know. I'm a little skeptical when I hear people, say for sure this is what the church is going to look like, after this season is over. But I think that, it's pretty obvious to me, and I've been part of our group of churches for all of my life, that there is right now a dearth of younger leaders who want to step into pastoral roles. So I think my dream would be to see younger leaders who catch the same vision that I had when I was in my late teens, to serve and just to put your roots down and just go for it for the next 40 years, and 30 of those in the same place if you can, if you're fortunate enough to do that. But I know that it's a challenging time, but I that would be my dream, is just not to see more of the same, not to see, somebody replicate the last 30 or 40 years of what I've done, but really to move on with greater strength and real be able to relate to a whole new generation in a way that that makes sense, and to see them supported and all of that. You and I talked a little bit about this crisis of leadership. We see that in our group of churches. Most of, like, the largest number of primary leaders in our churches and in our organizations are probably going to retire in the next 5 to 10 years. And we're the pig and the python, and it's pretty skinny after us. And so to see that, so I'm not sure how that all works, but I that's my hope and prayer, is that there be that development of people who see the church as highly valuable. I think there's been this move, it's almost been in vogue to diss the church. And I actually don't think that's a healthy position. I think church is going to look different after all of this. And we're very aware of the fact that for some of the folks who've been part of our church and, attended in person, we may not actually see them again, but they're still part of our church because they engage in different ways. So to find those ways, to champion those ways, and not be tied down and tied into a particular model, I think that's real important these days.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for inspiring us in
Yeah.
this little short snippet, but we just are so grateful. I am grateful for your wisdom and your experience, and I'm just thankful for the ministry that you have there in Saskatoon. Maybe I'll visit in the summer so I won't freeze my teeth next time.
It's going to be hot later on this week. So if you come on Thursday, it's supposed to be in the high 30s.
Oh, wow. Okay. Take care. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bless you.